So if I was in a place where I didn't want to be, like mentally, emotionally, financially, this is what I would do. I would focus on my state of being over everything else. Because our state of being is who we're being, it is how we interact with life, it is, I guess you could call baseline for what we manifest. And I know not everybody believes in manifesting, okay? But, the things that come into your life, the opportunities that you get, the friendships, the connections, just the things that happen in your life. And if you are in a place where maybe you hate your job, maybe you hate your living circumstances, like you hate your roommate, hate's a strong word, but you get what I'm saying. It's like if you're in a situation that's really uncomfortable for you, you really don't like it, you really wish for something else, you can't keep fighting against the thing that you don't want, because it kind of just keeps it bringing it to you, right? You gotta focus on your state of being in order to change anything. So find a way to find peace, find harmony, even in that situation that you don't like. So that might require you, it will require you to adopt different and new behaviors. Reading a book instead of engaging in arguments. Putting on a podcast instead of thinking about all the stuff that frustrates you. Get a journal and start journaling things. And instead of complaining about what you don't like in that journal, start writing what you do want. Start writing things that make you happy. Start appreciating things. Write down what you're grateful for. Write down what you dream would be the perfect ideal scenario. Get yourself in a state of being that is equanimous. Is that a word? Yeah, like calm, like open to receiving, right? Your state of being is everything, because you can have all these things that you want to manifest. They get up here in your life, like right now. If you're not in a beautiful state of being, in a happy state of being, in a grateful state of being, those things are going to be meaningless. Yeah, they might make you happy for a few minutes, for a day, for a couple days, but you're going to be back to square one, trying to find something else to make you happy. Because you got to know, you got to realize, and we all have to realize this for ourselves, is nothing out there is going to give us the feeling that we so desperately want, or that we so desire to have. It might give the illusion that it's giving you that thing, but it's actually not. You can give yourself these things through your emotions, through your state of being, through being grateful, through finding ways to appreciate things. And the reason you want to focus on your state of being, even if you're in a crappy situation, is because your state of being is going to carry you into a new experience. It's going to carry you into a new dynamic. It's going to be the thing that allows reality to shift, that allows you to find a new place to live if you hate your roommate, to get out of that relationship that's draining the life force out of you. Your state of being is going to carry you there. So find ways to appreciate life, to appreciate even the state of being that you're in right now, even the discord, even the contrast, even the difficulty. Be grateful, because that difficulty is actually motivating you. And it's really giving you that fire to change things, to do things differently, And in a weird way, we should all be grateful for those things, those times when we feel really uncomfortable, when we feel, defeated in a way, because without that negative feeling, we would never change. We would never be motivated to do things. I mean, yes, sometimes there's positive motivation and inspiration strikes and spontaneous things happen, but a lot of the time it's like through the discomfort is how we actually create change in our life. I know my hair looks crazy today. I might edit that out. But I just had to get this message out there because, we all go through phases in life where, I don't like this, I don't like that, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. You're allowed to have preferences, but never let it dictate your state of being, okay? There's one thing I'm learning a lot lately is, how we respond in the state of being that we occupy is monumental. So You know, people around you can be having crisis and be going through like just their own version of hell. And obviously you can't pull them out of their hell. You can't, you know, tell them all the things that would help them, because they're not going to hear it. You know, they have to find it for themselves. So if you really do want to help other people, you know, kind of get out of their hell or get out of their difficulty, you need to be solid, clear, grounded, stable, consistent, knowing who you are, always a voice of positivity, of reason, of enthusiasm, of just understanding, maybe not even enthusiasm, just understanding, and you know, just like I see in my mind of like patting them on the back, like, you're figuring it out. You are figuring this out. I believe in you. I'm holding the vision of beautiful things for you. I'm holding the vision and I'm seeing the best in you, and I'm seeing all the beautiful possibilities, and I'm seeing it even if you can't see it yet. I can see it. I can see your brilliance. I can see your creativity working. I can see things happening in your life, and just hold that vision for people, because it does more than you know. I can't prove anything, like, and I'm not an expert in quantum physics, but I feel like when we see other people as positively as we can, especially people we love, it's almost, I feel like maybe it's like praying for them. It's like you're giving them good energy, you're holding the vision, you're creating this like beautiful concept of them in the ethers almost. Because what's worse is, like, you know, seeing only the negative side of people, even people that frustrate you, right? Or like the relationships in your life that are so draining. Like, it's so easy to want to be like, oh, they're such a terrible person, they suck at this, blah blah blah. But actually they're like going through their own stuff, and they're already having a hard time. So if you can be in a state of being that's peaceful, that's accepting, that's like not, you know, very like not non-judgmental, you're able to love them anyways. You're able to unconditionally love people. It doesn't mean you have to entangle in their life and you have to try to fix their problems or anything. It's just like you love them anyways. You're always here, you know, loving them. You know, you don't have to be like involved in their life and try to fix everything, like I said, but just holding that vision and being peaceful and being in the state of being that is just at ease is such a gift to give people, because it's an example, right? I'm not saying like you're the example for everybody, but just like being a consistent like example of peace, I guess, in some little ways is very helpful, right? Because they're not gonna, when they think of you in their mind, they think of like, oh, she's peaceful, she's calm, she's not gonna freak out if I'm freaking out, right? She's not gonna fly off the rails at what I tell her or what I'm going through, etc. So yeah, you know, I see often, you know, people I love just going through it, right? And I'm no expert in anything, but I always think in my mind, it's just like, focus on your state of being. You know, don't need person A and person B to do these certain things to be happy. You're literally putting your happiness in somebody else's hands, which never works out well, because we can't control other people, and they're going through their own experience, and they're already, you know, they got things of their own they're trying to work through. Like, you can't expect other people to make you happy. It's like a co-creative thing. It's like you find your happiness, you be in your peace, you be content in your own right, and then you join forces with other people, and hopefully they do the same. Hopefully they find their peace. Hopefully they're a joy to be around. Hopefully they're figuring things out, you know? And then it's like this co-creative thing. But a lot of times we mistakenly put our happiness and our contentment and our fulfillment in other people. And when they disappoint us or they don't behave like we want them to, then we have a crisis, and we are like, you suck, and you're blaming and you're criticizing, and your state of being is all out of whack. So again, get back to a place where nobody's actions out there, I mean, you know, to a point, can affect your state of being. You know how to find happiness, you know how to find joy, you know how to find peace, you know how to find tranquility. Doesn't matter what's happening out there, you're good. And that is the most beautiful skill you can cultivate in your life, because it's like you can walk through hell in peace. you know, you can walk through somebody else's hell and be peace, you know. I think about this situation without revealing too much. It's I walk into this person's house and it's just lowest of low vibes, like one step up from, I don't even know how to say this. It's just walking into their place is just a downer. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry you have to live like this, you know, and lots of things going wrong. But when I go there, I try my best not to focus on all those things that I'm like seeing that are so wrong. And I'm just a neutral presence. I'm like, oh, hey, you know, how you doing? What can I, you know, is there anything I can get for you or whatever? And I try my best not to be judgmental and not to let this place or this witnessing of these circumstances affect me mentally, internally, and, you know, throw off my state of being, because then I'm no help to anybody, right? And I know, like, we're all human and we're all gonna have, like, reactions and opinions and feelings about things, and that's not always something we need to control. I'm not saying you should, like, try to control yourself like that, but if you can practice being at ease in all situations, it is a gift to people, because, again, like, chances are other people are having a difficult time, and the last thing they need is somebody coming in and judging them and ridiculing them and thinking thoughts that are so detrimental to them. Because I don't care what anybody says. I know thoughts are just thoughts, right? But, like, I feel like they affect things. I feel like people can tell when we're, like, thinking negatively about them. You know, you feel it. Lots of times you pick up on thoughts from people, and sometimes a lot of people, like, they'll question and they'll be like, oh, that's random. Like, oh, that's not even real. But a lot of times you're actually just psychically picking up stuff that's actually happening. So be very careful about how you talk about people, how you think about people, the judgments that you're making, the criticisms you're doing, the condemnation you're doing, because people, I feel like they can feel that. And not only that, it's like what you put out comes back to you. So you don't want to be that kind of person who's always just like negative, like condemning other people, condemning yourself. That state of being is not conducive to life. That is how you shut out the good things from life, right? We need, our job is to flow with life, to be open to life, to be a cooperative component in life, you know? So yeah, if I was going through a tough time and I wanted change to happen for me, I would always focus every moment on my state of being and how I can improve my state of being, and kind of take my power back and realize, yes, there's circumstances around me that maybe I don't like. That's okay. I'm not going to let it dictate my state of being. And when you are like that, you are a very powerful cooperative component to change in your life and other people's lives. You kind of step into your creative power in this way. And you're saying, I'm not going to let, you know, this image in my mind just popped in right now, like somebody in a prison cell and they're still finding a way to paint. They're still finding a way to write a book. There's still, it's like some people, like in Auschwitz, like there was a story of this guy who just like, oh, I don't even know the name or anything, but he like decided in his mind he would not let even the extreme circumstances of being in a place like that get in the way of his state of being. And he like tried his best to just rise above anything mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And he didn't die. And he did, you know, it's like somehow, some way, miraculously, he carried himself through that experience. And that's an extreme example, of course, but that is the premise. It's like we need to get to a place where, you know, we don't let our circumstances or other people's behavior affect our state of being. We're so solid, we're so knowing of who we are, we're so trusting in the divine force of life because we've developed a relationship with that, with God or whatever you want to call it. And you know, when you have a relationship with something bigger than yourself, when you trust in the divine flow of things, you're much less influenced by the things that are happening outside of you, because you know that your state of being is the most important thing of all. Your state of being is the most important thing of all. I can't even overstate it. It's like your state of being is everything. Last night when I was making dinner in the kitchen, I like was in such a beautiful mood. I could not stop dancing. I was like dancing and flipping pancakes and like, you know, just dancing. And like my kids are just around and they're used to that, so they're not like, "Mom, what are you doing?" You know, like they're just on their iPad doing homework, whatever they're doing. And I just thought about it. I'm like, man, what a gift to just be a source of joy, a source of happiness, an example of lightheartedness in a world like this, you know? And what a powerful thing that is to give people. People who write, people who dance, people who sing, people who are joyful for no reason, people who are cheerful, people who see the silver lining, people, you know, that is such a gift to humanity. I can't even tell you. And I know some of you watching this are like that, and you gotta know that is such a gift you give to people and yourself. Your state of being is medicine, if you let it be, and it will carry you from hell to heaven, okay? And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to know that you can influence your own state of being in a beautiful way, in a positive way. All you gotta do is intent. All you gotta do is have the desire. All you gotta do is just start taking steps here and there to make that happen. And focus on not needing XYZ out there to be happy. You know? I used to think like, oh, if I write a book, then I'll finally feel accomplished. It's like, yeah, I mean, I did write a little book, a little journal, and I did it, and I printed it, and I sell it, and whatever. I'm still me. I'm still the same me. Like, yeah, it was cool for a minute. But it's like I realized, like, no matter what I accomplish out there, if I made six figures, if I made $1 million, like, it wouldn't change me. Like, I would still be me. I would still, you know, and that, it's like mind-blowing to know, like, it doesn't matter what you achieve or what you get. You know, you hear it from, you know, Jim Carrey and, like, famous actors. It's like, you can have all the money in the world, all the success in the world, fame in the world, and you'll still feel empty if you're not, you know, one with God, or you don't have a relationship with something bigger than that. Because it's true, it's real. It's like your state of being is so powerful. It's like, imagine being in a place where you could have $1 million or not have $1 million and you're still happy. You're still at peace because you don't need XYZ to make you happy, because you know that's an inside job. You know that's an internal crafting, right? I just imagined a pyramid, like somebody building a pyramid, like an energy center. Such a beautiful thing to know. Thank you guys for watching. Oh my god, this video is 18 minutes. Girl, what? Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.